No, he's hesitant. Hurry up! Let him know! Hurry up!
We also the property, taking pictures of employees' vehicles and the property. They're not aware of who he is. They haven't approached him. He's wearing a hat, dark jacket, or sweatshirt. Appears to be a white male.
There we go.
Careful.
There it is. There's the call. Now we wait.
Honda jump sorry going on.
There they come. 2 units. 1.
Alright guys, welcome back. And today's documentary proves exactly why knowing your rights is no longer optional. From the very start, we're shown 2 separate encounters where officers confidently step outside the law, only to be stopped cold by citizens who refuse to be bullied. The goal here isn't disrespect, it's accountability. These videos expose how quickly authority crumbles when it's built on misinformation. Before anything even happens, officers are already watching, already calling it in, already framing the situation as suspicious. A man taking pictures turns into a problem. A presence becomes a threat. This is how it always starts, not with a crime, but with discomfort. And when law enforcement treats discomfort like illegality, rights become negotiable. This documentary exists to remind everyone watching. Public awareness is the strongest form of defense, and silence is exactly what misconduct depends on.
It's not even an entrance. It's an exit. Now you're blocking the exit. Hey, you know that's an exit, right? It's an exit only. Yeah, you probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't be on the exit.
Don't worry about me.
Yeah, I'm worried about you.
How
Yeah,
you doing today?
I'm all right. What's your name and badge number?
Yeah,
I don't like your f***ing attitude already.
It's okay.
All right. I don't like your attitude already. You're already parked like an asshole, dude.
So see the way that you're interacting with
Yeah.
me? That brings my attitude.
Oh,
So,
it does?
Yeah.
Oh, your
you know that
attitude.
because you do this all the time.
I do?
Yeah.
You don't even know who I am.
Anyway, so
Anyway, what's your name,
bad?
badge number? I can't say it with the... How do you spell that? How do you say that?
There.
Zare. Do you have a
Yeah.
badge number?
Right here. 112.
I like that badge.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to assume you don't want to produce any ID?
What do you think? Do I have to?
No, you don't have to.
All right. So why would you ask?
Thanks.
Why would you ask?
Because
you can?
Because I can.
Because you can. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because people,
See, I have-
people, right, like me, know our fucking rights.
Right, but I have,
But-
I have the same rights as you. So if I
No, right now you don't.
If I
No,
wanna
yours
ask
are
your
very limited.
ID number?
Yeah.
Your ID.
Yeah.
Your license?
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay. You said no.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good. All right. Bye. Stop blocking the entrance like an asshole.
I'll park there if I want.
Yeah, I know you will. And I'll do what I want.
My name's Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Now the first confrontation begins, and it doesn't take long to go sideways. An officer blocks an exit, claims private property, and immediately adopts an aggressive tone. The citizen stays calm, asks basic questions, and refuses to play along with intimidation. That's when frustration kicks in. Demands for ID appear out of nowhere, despite no crime, no detention, and no legal requirement. And here's the key moment. The officer admits it outright. You don't have to. So why ask? Because most people don't know better. This exchange perfectly captures the power imbalance officers rely on. The citizen doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't comply out of fear. He simply stands his ground, and with every calm response, the officer loses leverage. Knowledge doesn't escalate situations, ignorance does. And this interaction proves that clearly.
My name is Ari. I'm one of the supervisors out here on this property.
Okay.
So the reason I'm here because we have numerous calls.
Oh.
Someone soliciting out here.
Okay.
Anything past that, you could go ahead, but this is ours.
Actually, this is the public right away. I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree with you. I have just as much right here to be here as anybody else does.
Okay. Do you have a name?
My name is Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Ari. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
okay.
meet you.
Can you stand here while I make a couple of phone calls?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I would have to talk to my director. You're fine.
Okay.
If anyone comes across, have them call me. I know what to tell them.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, I
sir.
was originally over there, and they told me to come over here.
Fine.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Ari.
Nassau County Sheriff's Department on the target on the recorded line.
Hey, this is Director from Amelia Island Plantation. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
pretty good. Have you guys got any reports of a homeless gentleman that is blocking the roadway in front of Long Point?
Not as of today, no. We haven't received anything.
Okay. Just talked to one of my officers out there. It's a guy that's holding up a sign saying homeless vet, God bless America, and he's soliciting people driving out of Long Point for money, approaching cars and standing in the roadway. Is there any way we could have somebody go check him out?
Yeah, of course.
We would take care of it, but he's outside of our jurisdiction. He's on the county right away. He's got a wooden box with him and then his sign, and his first name is Jeff. He wouldn't give my officer his last name. Our officer asked him.
Supervisors step in, hoping to regain control, but instead, the truth becomes unavoidable. The area in question isn't private property, it's a public right-of-way. Jurisdiction confusion sets in fast. Phone calls are made, stories shift. Now the narrative changes from suspicious person to homeless man soliciting, even though the facts don't support it. This is how justification gets built after the fact. When authority fails legally, it pivots administratively. But once again, knowledge stops the spin. The citizen doesn't argue emotionally. He states facts. He waits, he listens, and eventually, even officials off camera confirm the reality. There's no violation, no weapon, no threat, no reason. This moment matters because it shows how easily a lawful presence can be reframed as a problem, and how quickly that framing collapses when challenged properly.
To step out of the roadway and just for his safety and the safety of the cars, and he said, nope, I'm standing right here, so.
Okay.
But no video camera as far as we can tell, and no weapons as far as we know.
Okay. All right, we'll get someone out there, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up?
I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to go somewhere else with that.
Why's that?
You can't solicit, and they're on private property children.
Yes, sir. You get it moving. I just got here. Get back in your sweet ass cruiser and get out of here. How do you say your name?
And why is that?
Because you've made contact with me and you're a law enforcement officer. Shouldn't you have introduced yourself when you first made contact with me instead of telling me to get out of here?
So tell me why I gotta leave.
Because you got no business here.
Why don't I?
You don't have any legitimate business here.
Why don't I?
Well, maybe you do. You can hang out with me if you want, but I'm not going anywhere. You've already screwed up multiple times. You already said I'm on private property, which I'm not. You've already said I can't be here, which I can. And there's nothing you can do about it. So have a nice day. That's why I'm just saying.
Hey, keep it at that. Keep it at that.
Yeah, just get back in your cruiser and have a nice day.
Okay.
God bless you.
Then comes the most revealing part, the direct order to leave. No explanation, no legal basis, just commands. You've got no business here. But public space doesn't require permission or purpose, and when asked to justify the demand, the officer can't. He repeats false claims about private property, even after being corrected multiple times. This is enforcement by emotion, not law. The citizen calls it out calmly, line by line, pointing out every mistake. And that's when the officer backs off. Not because he wants to, but because he has no legal move left. No citation, no arrest, no follow-up, just retreat. This moment shows the reality of modern policing. Many encounters survive only because citizens don't question them. The second someone does, the script falls apart.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's get it moving.
You get it moving. I just got here. Get back in your sweet ass cruiser and get out of here. How do you say your name?
And why is that?
Because you've made contact with me and you're a law enforcement officer. Shouldn't you have introduced yourself when you first made contact with me instead of telling me to get out of here?
So tell me why I gotta leave.
Because you got no business here.
Why don't I?
You don't have any legitimate business here.
Why don't I?
Well, maybe you do. You can hang out with me if you want, but I'm not going anywhere. You've already screwed up multiple times. You already said I'm on private property, which I'm not. You've already said I can't be here, which I can. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
So have a nice day. That's why I'm just saying.
Hey, keep it at that. Keep it at that. Don't escalate it.
Just get back in the cruiser and have a nice day.
Okay.
God bless you.
I may say the same for you.
And this is where the documentary lands. Today, it's easier to become a police officer than a tradesman, And that reality shows. Training gaps, legal ignorance, and emotional enforcement are becoming normal. That doesn't mean all officers are bad, but it does mean citizens can no longer afford to be uninformed. These encounters prove one thing above all else. Rights don't protect themselves. If you don't know them, someone else will decide when you're allowed to use them. Awareness is the only equalizer. Record everything, ask questions, stay calm, and never assume authority equals legality. Support channels that expose this reality. Share these videos and keep the conversation going. Because accountability doesn't start in court. It starts with citizens who refuse to be silent.